Five Nights at Freddy's is a series that I hold dear to my heart. While anything after the fourth game I could not care for in the slightest, the original four games have all helped shape my childhood and have brought me hours of entertainment to this very day. The movie has been in talk since I was in 5th grade. The fact it's even happening is insane, but it's also really concerning. What we have seen so far is not looking great for this movie, and in this video I will be explaining my reasoning for thinking this. This video will be covering things revealed in the leaked 3-minute trailer from about a week ago, so if you haven't seen that and want to avoid spoilers, click away now or to whatever timestamp is popping up right now. Starting off with my first concern, that is the plot. This is by far my biggest issue. The leaked trailer gave us a ton of information about the plot. From what we could tell, this guy is either Mike or some new character, and pretty much the animatronics want to kill his little sister who we see in the teaser, and pretty much turn her into an animatronic. Now I have a lot of problems with this. These are still the souls of murdered children, so the fact they want to kill an innocent child, pretty much becoming the monster Afton himself is, makes zero sense. In the games, these animatronics are attacking you because you are the security guard. They do not know what Afton looks like with a few exceptions, and therefore they assume you are their killer. They want revenge. The animatronics never purposely hurt a child. The one canon example of this wasn't even by a possessed animatronic, it was just straight up a malfunction. The animatronics wanting to kill a child is a character assassination, and the fact the entire plot is built around this is even more concerning. And just in case someone wants to bring up FNAF Plus, which I have a feeling someone will, Plus is pretty much a sponsored fan project, so the fact children die in that does not affect this film. Another thing before dropping this topic is the fact they can apparently just leave the building. I'll be a little more fair on this one since we don't know the context, but Golden Freddy gets in a goddamn taxi, and the first teaser image shows them out of the building. This makes zero sense, and would completely fuck with their characters again. While yeah, being an animatronic would suck, if they can just leave at will, why would they be so keen on killing more people to be like them? Who is stopping them from just leaving and never coming back? These are 8-foot tall hunks of metal. Absolutely nothing will fuck with them. But that's about it for point one, so moving on. My second concern is the way these animatronics have been portrayed so far in the trailers. They feel like they are trying too hard to be scary, with the red eyes and the more expressive features. This shows, once again, that Scott does not understand what made the original game a hit. The original game is scary because of how simple it is. The animatronics have this eerie feel to them, like they're trying to look normal. But like many real-life examples, they don't. The lack of emotion plays into this as well. You can never truly tell if it's a malfunction or the kids are actually possessing them, and the dead stares are unnerving. This is something Scott has never been able to replicate, which is why 2 and 3 were disappointments reception-wise.
Not you, Noir. You've been great.
But instead of what made that first game work, we get these incredibly expressive animatronics. Making them seem more human ruins the horror aspect. And the red eyes, they just look plain stupid. Whenever I see this image, the first thing I think of is the fucking Among Us robot from Monsters vs. Aliens. The blank expressions or black eyes are much creepier. There are countless edits with the black eyes all over, and they look so much better. Not to mention, they make the unfinished shots look so much better. The CGI looks significantly better in these edits, while the red eyes highlight their flaws. And yes, there is CGI in there. While they have practicals, they are almost 100% polishing them with CGI, similar to how the Jurassic World trilogy handles its animatronics. But this brings me to my final concern, and it is the overall messy production. Everybody knows how much of a mess it was. God knows how many scripts they went through. Scott wanted to get it perfect, which if that's what he wanted, maybe he should go back to the drawing board. This is an issue I have with many films. This is why I'm not excited for The Flash in the slightest. Movies with a messy production statistically come out worse. And to add on to that, the people working on it aren't helping either. I have not watched any of the director's previous works, but her 3 most recent projects were in 2018. A documentary, and it looks like 2 other horror films. I will not include the documentary as it's not on the same standards as a film, but I will look into the films. One of them got really good reviews, and the other was split right down the middle with good and bad ones. So this can go either way. I also don't really like how the movie is being shot. It just feels very fan film-like, it just doesn't look professional and I can't place my finger on what it is. And of course, Scott himself. If you've read the books, you know this man is not a good writer. He is far from it. Scott got incredibly lucky with the very simple story of the first 4 games. Once he tried to make it more than that, everything fell apart, and because of that, I do not think this script will be great in any way. And honestly, this is upsetting to me. I love Five Nights at Freddy's. This trailer and my concern for it makes me want to replay the original 4 and maybe even make videos on them. But the fact that comes at the cost of me not enjoying this movie is very unfortunate. If there's one thing I could say about this film from the leaks, which I won't be showing right now, the Springtrap designs are near perfect. And if nothing else, at least Scott didn't ruin the character's looks even more than he already has.